Hello, and welcome back to our What's Next series on getting to the next step of your API journey with an API marketplace. We just published a survey of 600 IT and business decision makers, which found that many enterprises are struggling to secure their APIs as they continue to grow in adoption. Many don't even know how many they have. At the same time, amid this unchecked growth, there are some really encouraging numbers that hint at a shift in how decision makers are treating APIs, namely as business capabilities, an integral part of their go-to-market strategy. Axway VP of Catalyst, Brian Otten, joins us now. Brian, what do we learn here about the level of enterprises' API maturity? And maybe more importantly, what is it going to take to close that gap between their vision and the execution of an aligned API program?
Thanks, Lydia. Well, it's a really encouraging survey, and the results are encouraging for those of us who've been for a while talking about the fact that APIs are not just technical integration components. I think I was predicting we kind of move beyond that kind of thinking and application of APIs. I call it beyond API integration, and really embracing these transformative components as real business assets. So the results show that. And let's start with the big one you alluded to there, that APIs are part of the go-to-market strategy for 99.5% of organizations. What that really tells us is leaders understand, both on the business and technology side, the value of APIs as digital assets, and they're really making the shift to start treating them as products, products in their own right, products to be taken through a life cycle with the right governance, not just one-offs or point-to-point integrations that get delivered as part of a project and then are kind of left to hope that they get adopted, or even worse, they lose track of them and run the risk of creating the same thing over and over again, which, as we know, is really costly. So that product go-to-market vision for APIs is actually becoming a reality, and it's really being understood by organizations at the top level. Thinking about it as products, that another thing popped out that really struck me, that 85% of organizations have dedicated product managers for their key APIs. In the industry, the notion of product management for APIs, the API product management role, has been talked about, and we're starting to see it. And even more than just starting to see it, I'm seeing this in the organizations that I work with, where it's sometimes not even an IT person. It's a business product manager who understands that the API, as you said, Lydia, at the beginning of this video, are business capabilities. They're packaged up so that developers, product delivery teams can deliver what they need to deliver for business outcomes, and have it much easier, much faster, and they know what they're getting to build their digital products and services. The go-to-market strategy also showed up in another result. 55% of enterprises say they're monetizing their APIs. This was a little surprising to me. A lot of organizations start out with an internal landscape of APIs, and they don't necessarily match that up with a commercial strategy for opening up new channels and new revenue with their APIs. But it looks like over half of enterprises say that they're doing that, which is really exciting. And in order to do all of this, because it's a business strategy matched with the technology strategy, there needs to be stronger alignment between IT, lines of business, digital strategy folks, to make that common success. And so that alignment is sometimes lacking from what I've seen in organizations, but it's acknowledged that it's needed. So a final point that I want to make from that survey, 46% of decision makers say they do need that stronger alignment between IT and business decision makers to really make that success. And it all depends on the adoption of these APIs as products with the proper management, governance, control in order to do this. And that's really where having an API marketplace comes in, to bring those experiences together, to bring those capabilities and deliver them so that the organization can really see the return from all of that.
Thanks, Brian. And we have another video where you dive deeper into how an API marketplace gives API product managers those tools to manage and market them. And of course, go download the report for more takeaways that can help you inform your own API strategy. Thanks for being with us.